Hi YouTube.
Hello.
We're back again and we're talking about our Medifast lifestyle and the fact that we just kind of wanted to talk about the past week when we had some visitors in town and what we did and didn't do and the plan that we followed and didn't follow during that week and what the results were, what the consequences were that we faced. So if you're interested, keep watching. So for me, before they came, I decided to have a little talk with myself and to decide, what I wanted to accomplish that week that they were here. And I decided that I would try to be as absolutely close to on plan as possible, knowing that I would likely be off a little bit, mostly with alcohol, because when you're out, when you're with your friends, you tend to drink, or at least we do, and it's really hard to not have a couple beers or have a couple of cocktails with your friends when they come into town. That's kind of what 30-somethings do. It's fun, and those are a lot of empty calories and carbohydrates and poisons and toxins that we don't need to be polluting ourselves with to slow our weight loss down. So I thought, as if I allowed myself to have a couple of cocktails, a skinnier version, like a lower carb version of cocktails, or lighter beers and things like that while they were here, and I stayed true to my food plan, then I would be pretty golden.
I was pretty much the same way, knowing that we were going to have friends in town, knowing that we would be going out to eat a lot. I was trying to think of it as being realistic. Like, I wasn't going to be on plan the whole time and eating the meals the whole time, but as many lean and green type meals when we were going out as I could to at least be as close to plan, doing the low carb, stay away from bread, low fat, grilled, sticking to the grilled items on the menus. I will say that I did cave in a few times. It was very difficult. I will say that being around people that aren't doing this is very, very difficult. It makes it very easy that we're doing this together. So if you can do it with someone, it really does help.
I agree. So with temptations all around us for the entire week, and with being with friends who, also, aren't on the plan either, and they're on vacation. They're in vacation mode, so of course they're going to be sampling the local fare and the local cuisine, which, how could you blame them? Of course. I mean, when I'm on vacation, I want to eat everything that the area has to offer and really enjoy myself, and it's hard, but I kind of had to keep telling myself, is this worth it? Am I even going to remember this meal? So we're hoping that what I chose to do at restaurants and things like that in moments when I felt like I could be strong would offset the damage that I knew I was going to be doing with either alcohol or an occasional bite of, potato or something that I, normally would not have eaten. But my willpower was pretty strong. I think we did, relatively okay. As far as the scale goes, I went on the scale this morning. It's Sunday, and I'm exactly the same. So I haven't really lost anything this week, but I haven't gained. So I'm still hovering right at about 30 pounds lost, and I don't even feel like I've lost a week of traction. So I'm okay. We're back on plan. Today's Sunday. We're not waiting till Monday like most people do. We just get right back on plan. Next meal, next thing, get right back into the mode. So it's Sunday. We're still on plan, or we're back strict again, and hopefully this week any of the weight that we're holding, if we are holding anything, is water, because when you're on a low carb plan, whether it be Medifast or anything else, if you're not eating carbohydrates or sugars, and then you do have some, your body tends to retain water like crazy, or at least mine does, and I know you do too.
Oh, sure.
But
once I get back on, it goes right off.
Goes right off. So as long as we're back to drinking our water, back to not having any, extracurricular foods and things like that.
No alcohol. Stay away from the alcohol.
We are going to, lose whatever it was that we've put on this week, which, hopefully we'll have a big whoosh and it won't be that bad. But we've got a big trip planned in 3 weeks, so now it's pedal to the metal until 3 weeks, and then we know we'll be tempted again. in 3 weeks. So, you know, that's life. Things come up. Trips are planned. There's always going to be a dinner, an event. You know, so there's always going to be something that's going to be inconvenient. And so you have to be prepared. Wouldn't you say that, you know, as long as we're prepared and we pack for our meals and we have stuff handy, it makes it easier, because if we do go someplace that doesn't accommodate us, we can accommodate ourselves.
Well, I think it's preparing you for maintenance, because that's the reality. You're right. I mean, there'll always be something that comes up. It'll always be someone's birthday. It'll always be an anniversary. It'll always be friends coming to town. You will always have that. The trick is to be as prepared as you can so that you don't go totally crazy.
Right. Right, and you know, there will probably be times when we will go totally crazy.
Easier said than done. Agreed.
God,
but
it is so hard.
That's life. You know, the point is not downing yourself for that because you had that pizza. You know, I had pizza, but I did.
All right, I'm not judging.
I don't feel bad about it, but I'm gonna get right back on the bike and move forward downhill all the way.
Right, me too. I would say my biggest downfall was not food, but it was alcohol this week. I definitely drank, had a few glasses of wine, I had a beer, I had a skinny margarita cocktail. That was definitely my downfall. So I can't replace, you know, food with alcohol. Definitely don't want to go that route, but I also don't want to not have fun, and sometimes, you know, our little vices get a grip on us. So we just have to be aware of that, and it's kind of good to actually be made aware of that and to, you know, be mindful of that and notice and acknowledge the things that are our triggers. And that's definitely a trigger of mine. You know, you're sitting there with friends and they order a pizza. That's a trigger for you.
It really
is.
It really is.
Well, that wouldn't be a trigger for me because I don't really care too much about pizza. I don't feel good when I eat pizza. So to me, you could put a pizza in front of me and I won't even flinch. But, you know, put a bottle of vodka in front of me and I'll flinch.
See, for me, it's exactly the opposite. Alcohol doesn't bother me. I didn't have a drink, but the food.
Right. So knowing your triggers, acknowledging them, and trying to avoid them, or just don't do as much. You know, everything in moderation, that cliche is true. So you kind of have to know where your limits are and realize that, you know, it's not worth it. If you're going to really eat it, like, did you remember that pizza that you ate? Did you savor every morsel?
I did. I enjoyed it.
And I remember that pizza?
I did, actually. I did enjoy it, but I made it count because I knew, going into it, I knew, all right, I'm going to have some difficult times and some temptations, and I may give in to those temptations. I was realistic about it, and I knew in my mind that I was going to enjoy every bite, and I really did.
Well, that's good. Well, and see, and there's something to be said about that too, because how often do we eat mindlessly? And we've eaten.
It wasn't mindless.
We've
I will say that.
Eaten mindlessly, and after you eat something, did you even remember it or enjoy it when you ate it? But knowing that, you know, you weren't probably going to have pizza again for a really long time. I'm sure you were present in that moment. You were present in your pizza moment.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I know now that it's going to come off. You know, we're getting back onto the plan. We're going to be strict again, like you said, for another 3 weeks.
Right.
Because there's a goal.
Right. We have goals. We have goals, and you know, I'm not ready to really disclose the full goal just yet.
No,
but
we keep our eye on the prize.
But we're doing well, and yeah, we still have a ways to go. It's amazing though, because I know you haven't met Nick yet, and he's already 31 pounds down, but he looks fantastic. He's doing great, and I'm really, really proud. And people are already noticing all the time. They're saying just how awesome you look and how well you've done.
It feels good.
Yeah, of course it does. Especially people who don't know that we're doing anything. Right. That's even the best, because when someone who hasn't seen you in a while and doesn't know that you're doing anything notices, that's a true test of reality. And we tend to not tell too many people, except for our close inner sanctum.
Well, because I think people feel the obligation to say you look good even though you don't. Right. So the fact that we're just doing our thing, when you hear that, wow, you're looking good, did you lose some weight, that's validation.
That's validation. And
yeah, it feels good. The fact that they had no idea what you're doing and they noticed, that's the real gauge, I think.
Yeah. So you'll be having more videos of me and of us together. This is going to be, we're in it for the long haul. And
Definitely.
I think we both believe that we've done everything together. We've been married for 12 years, and we've been fat for 12 years. Varying degrees of fat. And this time is for real. I think that we finally found our holy grail or something like that. So it's great to have a partner in crime. We're doing great, and stay tuned. See you next time. Bye.